This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. The Atlantic hurricane season got off to a record-setting start this year, and experts say it shows no signs of slowing down. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association has updated the Atlantic hurricane season, and it still looks very well like it's going to be a very active one. Our USVI Weather's John Stalin joins us now with more on what we need to know. Hi, John.
Hi there. Yeah, it did come earlier. It started early. You got to remember that there is discussion to start hurricane season in May, mid-May at least, as opposed to June 1st, which it does now, because the last several years we've had hurricanes or tropical storms in the month of May. So that might be extended, and so much so that even though it's been fairly quiet so far this season, the National Weather Service, basically who monitors the hurricanes, has increased the number of storm potentials. This was at 13 to 19. Now they've raised it to 15 to 21 possible named storms. We average about 14. Hurricanes, they also increased by a couple too. They're expecting 7 to 10 hurricanes, and 3 to 5 of those will be major hurricanes. And remember, a major hurricane is a category 3, 4, or a 5. 1 and 2 not major hurricanes, but they still do damage. So far this season, we've gone all the way up to the E, which is number 5. Of course, Elsa was a hurricane, but it was a category 1. Fred, Grace, and Henry, or Henri, would be the next hurricane names that pop on up. And remember that last year we went to the Greek alphabet. We had so many storm names. This year, they're not going to do that. They'll just start with next year's names out there as well. So we take a look at what's going on across the Atlantic. Pretty quiet central Atlantic, but we're watching 2 disturbances, as you can see there, over the course of the next few days. That could affect the Caribbean. It also could affect us here in the USVIs. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with that on our app, OCTV app. Download it today.
All right, thanks so much, John. Here in the Virgin Islands, COVID-19 has claimed the lives of 40 people. FEMA wants VI residents to know funeral assistance is available to help ease financial stress for families. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought overwhelming and unforeseen grief to many families. So FEMA is helping to ease some of the financial stress and burden caused by coronavirus by providing financial assistance for COVID-19 related funeral expenses incurred after January 20th of last year. To date, FEMA has received 17 applications for funeral expenses due to COVID-19 and has distributed just more than $44,000 for this type of assistance in the Virgin Islands. Again, they've received 17 applications, but 40 people, unfortunately, have died from COVID here in the VI. Those who had funeral expenses due to coronavirus can apply for FEMA COVID-19 funeral assistance by calling 844-684-6333 from 9 to 9 Monday through Friday. After the initial call, FEMA will send the applicant the necessary paperwork to apply. For more information, you can visit the funeral assistance section of FEMA's website, which of course is FEMA.gov. Coronavirus cases have now surpassed 200 million worldwide. That's according to new data from Johns Hopkins University. The United States accounts for 1 in every 7 infections reported globally. Other countries reporting the most cases are Brazil, Indonesia, India, and Iran. According to the data, it took more than a year for COVID-19 cases to reach the 100 million mark, while the next 100 million milestone took just over 6 months. So far, the pandemic has claimed nearly 4.4 million lives. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine, in the meantime, shows 93% efficacy up to 6 months after the second dose. The company says it's now looking for full government approval, just like the Pfizer vaccine manufacturers are doing right now. Moderna is planning to submit its application to the Food and Drug Administration this month. Right now, the vaccine has emergency use authorization. Could we have a fully FDA-approved vaccine against COVID-19 by the end of summer? That is the hope. As Britt Conway reports, medical experts say it could get us one step closer to a vaccine for children, too.
It's full speed ahead to get full FDA approval for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. And sources told the New York Times it could happen as soon as Labor Day. But time is working against them. Less than half of the population is fully vaccinated, and we're averaging more than 85,000 new cases a day. The hope is final approval will motivate more people to get vaccinated. It's also expected to prompt more vaccine mandates, and it could accelerate the approval process for vaccines for kids under 12.
When you have an EUA for the vaccine that then goes to a full approval, that might have an influence on what goes on. We're collecting the data right now for what we need to make that determination.
Until then, more children and teens are getting COVID. Nearly 72,000 got it between July 22nd and the 29th, a substantial increase from 39,000 cases the week before. A new study shows long-term symptoms are less common for children than adults, but kids can have persistent symptoms, or worse.
This variant is capable of causing serious illness in children.
And some experts worry even a quick FDA approval might come too late.
At the rate they're going, it might be a moot point by the time they actually get it licensed, because you could have variants generated that then now escape the vaccines.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
It is another day of travel troubles for Spirit Airlines. The discount airline is struggling to rebound from days of cancellations. 61% of Spirit's flights were canceled Tuesday and nearly half were canceled Wednesday. Spirit is calling it a perfect storm. Bad weather, staffing shortages, and system outages hitting all at the same time during the peak of travel season. Over on the Big Island, women on St. Croix are joining forces to spark activism, entrepreneurship, wellness, and support for one another. It's all happening through a local business called Girlfriendism. And a recent women's retreat is showing women how the sky is the limit for their biggest dreams. Our USVI News' Allie Bourne-Vanek brings us all the details.
So I don't even know where to begin. Kanuma, can you maybe just hop right into it? Tell us all about Girlfriendism and this weekend and the amazing things that happened and that you guys covered.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll try to give like a quick snapshot and bring us up to current. This year, there are two things that we're celebrating. One, I've been in business with my girlfriend's closet for 10 years. So this is a 10-year celebration of a Black-owned, woman-owned, locally owned business that has made it through many ups and downs. But also last year on National Girlfriend Day, we launched and expanded from just a tiny, chic, comfy boutique to this brand known as Girlfriendism, which is a name that was inspired by the women of St. Croix, but it's now created for women all over the globe. And so this weekend, the Just Sky group and some of our other collaborators, we put a full retreat together, intimate of course, because it is still COVID. We wanted to make sure people felt safe, but also so women could connect. And we addressed all of these branches. It was a 3-day event covering everything from fitness, wellness, business, philanthropy. And we had experts of the field, locally and nationally, spending the weekend with us. It was phenomenal.
I'm so glad you said that word phenomenal, because like you literally took the word right out of my mouth. We have another phenomenal woman with us here. So please share. How was this weekend?
Oh, this weekend was beyond our expectations. You know, it's one thing to have a vision of bringing dynamic, powerful, innovative women together in one space. And that was accomplished at the Girlfriendism Retreat. But the energy and the sisterhood and empowering each other and nurturing each other and investing into each other was just beyond anything I think that we could have envisioned or expected. And it's so nice to have that happen here in Little St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Entire weekend really tapped into all of our senses because we really wanted to address the woman, mind, body, and soul, the whole woman. And so the Friday, we started out with an art exhibit featuring women in the art scene on island. And so we really came in with the concept that when we long are gone and we pass on, art lives. And so we really wanted to start the weekend with this intention of creating a legacy throughout this weekend. So we featured local art, and that wasn't just fine art, it was also live art. So we had live entertainment at each event. We had culinary arts with our chefs in the kitchen cooking up, and it was just wonderful. The smell, the sound, the taste, really putting it together. Then the Saturday morning, we had over 4 different instructors, from strength training to Brazilian dance, African dance to yoga. We put it together by a beautiful pool, which is also on site, a locally owned, woman-owned site that we had selected for the retreat. So it was beautiful, followed by wellness sessions on self-care and beauty. And then the Saturday evening, of course, we had to have fashion. And what was beautiful about that is we collaborated with other women-owned, Black-owned boutiques.
Fantastic. And I have to say, like, I adore your store. My girlfriend's closet. I'm wearing the purple dress you helped me pick out for my birthday. And every time I just think of your store, I cannot wait to come back.
Sounds like it was such a wonderful time. Great story. Thanks, Allie.